we say, wrestling fans? Monday Night Raw coming off of SummerSlam. Decent show. A lot of filler, but it still was a decent show. Paul Heyman, speechless. Absolutely speechless because the Beast, Brock Lesnar, not getting a rematch for the Universal Championship as of now. I'm sure once Crown Jewel gets here, come Halloween, he will get a rematch. But for Clash of Champions, he is not getting the rematch, wrestling fans. He's taking the month off. We have the King of the Ring returning next week. It puts a smile to my face, wrestling fans. Puts a smile to my face that one of the greatest creations WWE has ever produced, one of the greatest pay-per-views that the WWE has ever produced, is coming back to Monday Night Raw. Now, I wish they did it a little bit differently. They didn't really explain how they were doing it. They just said that the King of the Ring was coming back to Monday Night Raw. So I'm not sure if this is lasting 1 week or if this is going on through 2 Clash of Champions. I thought I heard them say that it was 8 superstars from SmackDown Live and 8 superstars from Monday Night Raw. If that's the case, I hope they spread this out and they make it go a few weeks. Leading into Clash of Champions, and we crown the King of the Ring at Clash of Champions. Okay, WWE, that would be something. Now, with that being said, the next time they have a King of the Ring tournament, this is the only thing I want to say about it. Please, have qualifying matches before we get to the actual King of the Ring tournament itself. Alright? Only thing I'm going to say about that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next week with how they do the actual tournament. But I'm sure it's going to be just like in the past. I'm sure. Other than that, we had Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles tonight, in which at the end of Monday Night Raw, we saw Braun Strowman appear and Ricochet appear. And quite frankly, I think that AJ Styles at Clash of Champions should defend. Just going out on a limb here, and I know it's different. I know some of you might like this and some of you might not, but Ricochet should not get the United States Championship matchup at Clash of Champions. Have Braun Strowman go up against AJ Styles at Clash of Champions. AJ Styles versus Braun Strowman, U.S. Championship. If you want to give us just a surprise matchup, something different, Paul Heyman, have Ricochet. I know he just lost at SummerSlam, but have Ricochet take on Seth Rollins at Clash of Champions. I know it's just throwing that out in the open, but you planted the seeds for AJ Styles and Braun Strowman tonight. You could just have a fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way, and have Ricochet win. And Seth Rollins versus Ricochet for Clash of Champions. We know Seth Rollins is going to hold on to the title for a while. Probably have another rematch with Brock Lesnar. I'm not buying the garbage that Paul Heyman said tonight, and I'm sure there's not one fan out there that is either. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that is just something along the lines that I wouldn't mind seeing. Okay? Y'all let me know what you're thinking about all that in the comments below. It's just something a little bit different. Something else that's different, something that is nice, something that was surprising, something that put a smile, I'm sure, on every single one of the WWE Universe's face, and that is the return of Sasha Banks. The boss is back, and I'm not talking about Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Sasha Banks is back, wrestling fans. Probably didn't make the little kids happy when she turned heel, but I'm telling you, it's nice seeing Sasha Banks back on TV. It's nice seeing Sasha Banks in championship rivalry. Her and Becky Lynch are going to tear the house down, and Sasha Banks absolutely destroyed, tear apart Natalya, and then Becky Lynch with a steel chair. I mean, threw her into the steel steps. All different types of stuff on the outside. No question at Clash of Champions, it's going to be an absolute barn burner. Can't wait to see what happens leading up to the match. And different look. She had blue hair. Sasha Banks has a new look. Kind of different. I like it. I like that she has her mean streak back on WWE television. She finally turned heel. I'm sure everybody on YouTube is talking about this right now. And everybody's probably praising it as well. But if there's one competitor that I can see taking the title off of Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks is it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But Sasha Banks returned with a vengeance tonight on Monday Night Raw. Stone Cold Steve Austin was on Raw tonight via satellite to promote his new television show that came on after Monday Night Raw, pretty much. And so WWE can have him give Seth Rollins a praise about the matchup between Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins last night at SummerSlam. It was a good contest. It was something that entertained the wrestling fans, whether you were happy with Seth Rollins beating Brock Lesnar or not. It was a good matchup. But let's be honest here. That was the only reason why Stone Cold Steve Austin was on Monday Night Raw tonight. WWE wanted to promote Austin's new show, and WWE wanted Austin to give Seth Rollins a good pat on the back. Whether Austin wanted to or not. Alright, wrestling fans. I'm sure he wanted to, but that was WWE's intention. Glorious Robert Roode versus No Way Jose. Does anybody care? I know I don't, and I'm sure you don't either. So I'm not going over it. It didn't last long enough for anybody to go over it. I'm sure nobody out there even covered it. The house party took on the revival. Wrestling fans, let me tell you, we are seeing repeat matches with these guys, which is why I'm not covering it. I fast forwarded it on DVR. Alright? Stupid. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross took on the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Look, whether you are happy with Alexa Bliss and Nikki holding on to the Women's Tag Team Championships or not, you cannot deny this. They are defending the titles. And that is something that the Iconics did not do. Since they captured the titles, they've defended it twice already. I'm happy with that. Now, wrestling fans, I think the Kabuki Warriors deserve the titles eventually. It would have been nice if they got the titles last week. But I'm just fine with Alexa Bliss and Nikki holding on to the titles right now. I'm just fine with it. The Viking Raiders once again tore through jobbers. Please, Vince McMahon, Paul Heyman, everybody else that's on the writing team, put these guys in something important. Put them important. This is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. They have torn through enough jobber tag teams on Monday Night Raw. I am ready to see them in Raw Tag Team Championship matchups. The Viking Raiders, done with jobber matches. Alexa Bliss and Nikki, they are Women's Tag Team Champions. They should be going Raw, SmackDown, facing both brand tag teams. Okay, they have titles. Let's see that. And other than that, we saw Miz versus Dolph Ziggler, in which they are making Dolph Ziggler look absolutely ridiculous now. It's one thing for Dolph Ziggler to do what he did with Goldberg, to put over Goldberg's spear and jackhammer, so he did not, so Goldberg could look better and recover from the other embarrassment that was Undertaker versus Goldberg, when Goldberg almost broke Undertaker's neck. But doing the same thing with The Miz, come on. Come on. Seriously? Ridiculous. And Andrade took on Rey Mysterio, in which Rey Mysterio lost 2 out of 3 falls. And did not even get one fall in. Not one. He lost 2 falls in a row. Andrade victorious. Nice they're putting Andrade over. I don't like that Rey Mysterio is losing every single week. Okay? I don't. I want Rey Mysterio to thrive also in the WWE. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Y'all let me know what you're thinking about this in the comments below about Monday Night Raw. And make sure you become a subscriber today. Hit that bell button. Give me a like. Leave me a comment. Amongst everything else. And until I see you tomorrow for SmackDown Live Review, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.